Welcome back to another video. Today we are making elderberry cough syrup. So it's really good for fighting colds and flus. And we will be adding lemon zest and lemon juice, some orange juice and orange zest, some cinnamon and ginger. And so all those things are really good for helping with colds and flus. The lemon and the orange and the cinnamon are all really good with antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, and then the ginger is really good for settling an upset stomach, nausea, all that fun stuff. So stick around and we'll make this right now. What we'll need for the recipe is some cinnamon, if you're going to be using that. All this stuff is adaptable. You can add whatever you sort of want in your brew. We'll be using ginger, some elderberries, I will be using a whole orange and the juice and the zest from that, a whole lemon with the zest from that, and then some honey. And you will need a candy thermometer for this recipe, just because we're making a simple syrup and we don't want it to get too like a hard crack candy. We want it to be a syrup, and that's that. And we'll need a pot and some water and we'll be good to go. So we are going to be making a decoction from all of our ingredients, and that's just boiling water and putting all your ingredients in there for really, like, it's just essentially a really strong tea. And we'll be boiling that for probably 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how strong you want to have your syrup. So let's just start that right now. We're going to peel the lemon and the orange. I'm going to add probably 2 sticks of cinnamon in there. And I'll use, you can use however much you want of all of your ingredients. So because I want it to be sort of a strong, I'm going to probably use like a tablespoon of ginger, 2 sticks of cinnamon, a lemon and an orange each, and then a 1/4 cup of elderberry. Just peel our orange. So I'm going to be using the whole zest of an orange. And we'll be squeezing all of the juice out of the orange as well. There we go. So we have our orange zest. We got our orange. We have a lemon. And they're all organic oranges and lemons as well. I don't know, they probably spray them with something when they enter Canada, but probably better than your conventional oranges. So there we go. We got our lemon zest. It smells really good. We have our lemon and an orange. So we'll just squeeze those now. And if there's seeds in it, that's okay, because you're going to strain it all out after. I don't really have a really happy boy there. You know what, you can probably throw, I'm going to throw the whole thing in there. So I'm going to squeeze all the juice as I can get out, and we'll throw that into the brine after. And that way you get really all of the lemon that you can essentially get out of there. So that's that. Got our orange. Doesn't really look very orange, but it's an orange. There we go. So I feel like it's probably going to be like a 1/4 cup, but it doesn't really matter. Roughly a 1/4 cup of juice altogether. So right here I have our lemon and orange juice. I'm going to add all of our lemons and oranges as well. You could cut this up, but I'm just going to just kind of rip it up. So those are your lemon and your orange rinds. Then I'm going to add 2 sticks of cinnamon in there. And I have around a tablespoon of ginger, fresh ginger. I'll add that in there. And we'll be using a 1/4 cup of elderberries. So So I will be adding 1.5 cups of water. And we will just turn our burner on to low to medium. You're going to let it simmer for 30 minutes to an hour. We will be using this in a simple syrup. So here is the decoction of lemon and orange and elderberry, some ginger. And right now I'm just going to strain all of that out of there. So we're just left with the juice. Right now I'm just squeezing any excess water out of there. So we're going to add the candy thermometer into our mixture now. And we just want to put the burner on low. And we're going to be looking for the 230 degrees Fahrenheit syrup stage. And you can actually split the batch. You can, when you get to 230 degrees Fahrenheit, pour it into a container of choice, a glass container, something that's heat safe. And then after that, you can split it, and you could increase it to the 300 degrees Fahrenheit hard crack stage, and then you'll have hard candies as well. So that's an option that I might do depending on how much syrup I am left with. The honey and the water have now reached 230 degrees Fahrenheit, so that would be a simple syrup. So you can remove this and put it into a heat-safe jar for now until it's cooled, and then you could put it into any container that you'd like. So you can use any container that you want. I just have this actual syrup container, so I'll put that in there. And then for best results, just keep it in your fridge. It is shelf stable, but it won't last as long. So that is that. And so I'm going to turn the burner back on. I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to put the candy thermometer back in there. And we're going to increase the temperature to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and that will be the hard crack candy phase. And that way you'll have a hard candy. So this is optional. You don't have to do this step, but if you want some hard candies to tote along with you, then this is a good option. Once it gets to the 300 degrees Fahrenheit hard crack stage, you will want some sort of candy mold. So I have these silicone gummy molds. You can also, I will just link a video above. It's an older syrup recipe, and it just shows you the cast iron pot method, where you don't necessarily need a cast iron pot, but you just need some cornstarch, and you'll use like a teaspoon, a circle, and then just make little molds, and then you can pour that in. But I'll link that above so you can look back to an older video to get that sort of idea. It's just reached the 300 degrees Fahrenheit hard crack stage, so I will remove the candy thermometer. And you will want to pour it into something that's heat safe, that has a little bit of a spout if you are making the hard candies. So Pyrex is good. And we'll just pour it into our candy molds. So these have been in the fridge for probably 30 minutes. And so I'm going to just pop them out right now. And what you'll want to do to make them not so sticky when they're in storage, when you store them, you want to just coat them with either a slippery elm powder, which has the added benefit of being really soothing to your throat and good for coughs, or you can just coat it with like a powdered sugar. That is another option. You just mix these up there. A nice hard candy. So it's an elderberry, ginger, orange, lemon hard candy. So you can really taste the ginger in there. It is quite nice. So that will give you, a bit of extra cold flu fighting power. So if you don't want to have just your syrup, you can make your stuff into hard candies as well. Oh, it's quite a nice red, rich color from the elderberry. And helps a bit of, it's definitely thick. That is how you make an elderberry syrup or a throat lozenge. It just depends on where you are on the spectrum of heat. So if you want the simple syrup, you just go to 230 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you want a hard crack candy, you just go to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So it made a really nice, tart but sweet cough syrup. So really good for the cold and flu season. Just gives you the extra vitamin C, antioxidants, some anti-inflammatory properties, and if you are feeling nauseous, then that is good for this as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you find it helpful, definitely give the video a like and share it if you think that someone can benefit from this. And if you haven't already, subscribe below and follow me for weekly do-it-yourself videos. So I hope you guys have a good day.